everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving into some really fascinating new research that might just flip the script on how we think about managing irritable bowel syndrome. I mean, could the secret to feeling better be not just what you're eating, but when? Let's get into it.
All right, so first things first, let's just get on the same page. For millions of people out there, IBS is not some minor inconvenience. No, it's a constant and frankly unpredictable challenge that can totally take over your life.
If you've ever had to bail on plans last minute, or map out every single bathroom before you even leave the house, or just felt completely hijacked by your own digestive system, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking about symptoms that go so far beyond a simple tummy ache. Things like cramping, bloating, and just wild unpredictability. They're not just uncomfortable. They can throw your entire day, your whole week, completely off track. And that's where this brand new study, just published in Frontiers in Public Health, comes into play. It's giving us this surprising new clue by shifting our focus away from the usual suspects, the specific foods we're told to avoid, and onto our actual eating patterns. So how'd they do it? Well, researchers surveyed 204 people who were all diagnosed with IBS. They asked them about pretty much everything, from their daily eating habits to how severe their symptoms were. And get this. The main finding is something you might not expect at all. They found that more frequent snacking throughout the day was actually associated with less severe IBS symptoms. Yeah, you heard that right. But that's not all they found. The study also highlighted some really common habits among the folks with more severe symptoms. A huge chunk of them, about 30%, said they frequently skip breakfast. This really suggests that consistency could be just as important as frequency. Okay, so what is going on here? Why in the world would eating more often actually help calm down an irritable gut? Well, the science points to a couple of really fascinating ideas. First up, it seems to be about managing the load on your system. Think about it. A huge meal can be like a shock to a sensitive gut, right? It can trigger these really strong contractions and a lot of discomfort. But smaller, more frequent snacks, they're much gentler, which can lead to smoother, calmer responses and way less strain. And the other big piece of the puzzle is something called the gut-brain axis. This is basically the superhighway of communication between your gut and your brain. Now, for people with IBS, this connection is often hypersensitive. That means even normal digestion can get misinterpreted by the brain as being painful or urgent. And I absolutely love this quote from dietitian Yi Min Teo because it just nails the concept. Spreading your food out with snacks is kind of like turning down the volume on that gut-brain chatter, so you're not hitting it with one loud blast from a big meal that can send that sensitive system into overdrive. Okay, so that's the why, but what about the how? Let's talk about how we can actually translate this research into practical, everyday habits that you might be able to use. So experts suggest focusing on these 3 core habits. Number 1, try to create a consistent schedule for your meals and your snacks. Number 2, make it a point not to skip meals, especially breakfast. And number 3, this one's so simple but so powerful. Chew your food really, really well. And let's just double click on that third point for a second because it's more important than you might think. The study specifically found a link between people who had chewing difficulties and those who had worse IBS symptoms. And it just makes sense, right? Digestion literally starts in your mouth, so giving your system a head start can make a huge difference down the line. Now hold on, before you run off and completely change your entire eating schedule, it is so crucial to remember that managing IBS is deeply personal. There is no one-size-fits-all solution here. No magic bullet. And we have to be real about the study's own limitations. For one, the data was all self-reported. It also didn't get into the different types of IBS. And most importantly, it shows a link, an association, but it doesn't prove that snacking causes symptoms to get better. It's a correlation, not causation. This is just summed up perfectly by Dr. Supriya Rao, who points out that, unfortunately, there is just no single, ideal schedule that is going to work for everybody who has IBS. So what's the bottom line here? It's this. Use this research as a clue, not as a command. The real goal is for you to become an expert on your own body. And keeping a simple diary to track what you eat, when you eat, and how you feel, that can be an incredibly powerful tool for figuring out what really works for you. And that kind of leaves us with this one big question to chew on. For anyone navigating the complexities of IBS, maybe it's time to think not just about the food on our plate,
but about the whole rhythm of our day. Thanks so much for tuning in.